Are you going to get an official OmoCat HoloLive skateboard to shred with? Man, I haven't gone on a skateboard in ages. In ages, guys. I don't know if I can still balance myself, but I really enjoyed just rolling around the skateboard in town and being so in the way. And then sometimes my skateboard would like get stuck on like the edges of the sidewalk, and I'd fall over and get a huge scab on my knee, but so worth it. You know the sidewalks where they have like the sidewalk panels, like every square, they would have like, you know, they would connect squares. Some of the squares would be sticking out a little bit more than the others. It would stop the skateboard. I can't count how many times I fell on a skateboard back then, but I felt like a cool kid. I couldn't do any tricks though. All of the cool skateboard kids were like, I'm gonna practice my ollie. And I'm like, I'm too scared to even practice an ollie. I can't imagine how many bones I'll break trying to do one. It's called an ollie, the little like the jump thing you do on a skateboard where you have the skateboard itself jump with you. I don't even know how that works. What's the physics in that, man? I'd be like, what you guys doing? Practicing an ollie. And I would see multiple failed attempts of ollie and many kids falling down. Tons of band-aids. And I'd be like, no, that's traumatizing. The most I could do with a skateboard was use the back of the skateboard to like you know, screech and stop myself. And I thought that was cool. You know, like when you put all your weight on the back, you tilt the skateboard, and you just like absolutely just scratch it across the surface. It's really bad for the skateboard. It's to stop, because technically you can't really stop once you have a lot of momentum, so you slowly stop by doing that. It ruins the skateboard, it does. It does. I had like a really cool pattern on the back of my skateboard, and half of it was gone because of that. It scuffs up the back, but it adds taste, like it adds flavor to your skateboard. Makes you look like a veteran, like a veteran skateboarder. アイススケートはやったことないけどね。なんかね、アイススケートは、地元にね、一箇所やれるところがあって、そこがね、もう楽しくてしょうがないの。もう、そこが遊園地みたいな扱いだったんだよね。で、まだ初めてね、友達の誕生日にそこ、なんか2年生ぐらいの頃で、そこ行って、アイススケートやろうとして、でも、アイリスは初めてだったから、他の子たちはみんなアイススケートの経験者だったから、アイスだけずっと初心者コーナーで、初心者が使う、なんかバランス取るようなものを使って、ゆっくりやって、泣きながら2時間練習してなんとかできるようになった。一人だけでさ、ぼっちでさ、他のみんなは経験者コーナーで方で遊んでんのに、アイリスだけ全然、アイススケートできなかったから、一人でぼちぼちと初心者コーナーでわーわー泣きながらやった。Okay, so I was talking about like ice skating. So there was this ice skate area back in my hometown that was literally like the most popular place for kids because it was just so much fun. And I was invited to a friend's birthday party in the 2nd grade. Everyone in that birthday party knew they've been to that ice skating rink before and they know how to ice skate. Meanwhile, it was my first time. So everyone was like, after eating the birthday pizza, they were like, okay, we're gonna go ice skating. And I couldn't balance myself because it was my first time. So I was stuck in the beginner little kids corner. I mean, I was a little kid, but in the beginner's corner with the little, you know, the training wheel thingies, the training balancy that they give you to balance yourself to learn how to skate. Meanwhile, everyone else is playing in the regular corner. There's like an actual wall between us to show them beginners like, oh, if you wanna go to that side, you have to get good. So like I was crying like for 2 hours practicing in the beginner corner all alone. I felt so ashamed of myself for not knowing. I got getting walled off and seeing all your friends playing on the other side, having fun while you are alone, just, you know, trying to learn how to skate and falling down and stuff, and like feeling like you're having that really harsh protagonist arc in shonen, where you're training and like crying and being all kuyashi. No one to stay with you. No, none of the kids thought of that. I was like absolutely bawling in the kids' corner. But thanks to that harsh memory and the experience of that, I was able to learn how to somewhat, at least, you know, skate normally within 2 hours. Yes, the tragic backstory on how IRyS learned how to skate in the 2nd grade. Did you ever rollerblade or use Heelys? I used Heelys a lot until my parents got mad at me for always using it, even in stores, even though I wasn't supposed to. And I know, but I was a kid, so whenever my parents wasn't looking, I would use the Heelys and go whoosh. And then sometimes I would hit like it was like usually in a clothing store while my mom was shopping. I was in the rebellious phase in the 3rd grade, and I was like, I'm not gonna hit anyone, and I ended up hitting like a lot of you know, like those little tables, those really short tables where they put them shirts on. I would bang my knee against those very often because of the Heelys. I didn't hit people, but I would hit those. And yeah, that you shouldn't do that in a store. Do not do that in a store. It's painful. Plus, you know, adults will worry. And I remember I outgrew those Heelys because, you know, obviously 3rd grade, you know, your feet get bigger. And I was like, I want bigger Heelys so I can wear more Heelys. And my parents were like, no, we're never getting you Heelys ever again. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Never again. So I never got Heelys ever after that. Yeah, I outgrew them and never again. Now that I think about it, though, Heelys are kind of dangerous. What if you fall backwards, you know? Could hit your head. It's actually pretty dangerous. And rollerblades, I did have rollerblades because I remember I wanted to go to the ice rink very often in my later years of elementary school. But obviously it's expensive and we couldn't, so my parents got me rollerblades instead and be like, hey, treat these as ice skates. It's pretty much ice skates except just not on ice. But I didn't like them as much as ice skating.